So toxic, because a lot of people put their entire life savings into crypto.
Right.
A lot of people want the easy way out, and that is the easy way out. They're trying to get that pump overnight, especially because you can make that much money in crypto. People lose their work ethic, so now everyone's just waiting for that life-changing money. So they dump the entire bag into crypto, and then when the market bleeds like it is right now, it's so toxic.
All right, guys, we got Layah here. Crazy timing with the crypto markets bleeding right now. How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right. I know a lot of people are panicking, and it's actually such a crazy time to do this podcast because ETH is at 2,600. I don't think it's been at that price since early 2024. So yeah, but I'm feeling good. This is very normal. People often freak out every time the market pulls back, but all you have to do is look at the previous cycles, and it's doing exactly the same thing that it did over the previous cycles. Always around between the halving and 5 months after the halving, we tend to see a lot of sideways movement, pullbacks, a lot of resistance, crashes, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. So right. I'm chill.
Yeah, I don't go on Twitter when the markets are bleeding. It's so toxic.
Yeah, it's so toxic, because a lot of people put their entire life savings into crypto.
Right.
A lot of people want the easy way out, and that is the easy way out. They're trying to get that pump overnight, especially because you can make that much money in crypto. People lose their work ethic, so now everyone's just waiting for that life-changing money. So they dump the entire bag into crypto, and then when the market bleeds like it is right now, it's so toxic.
They feel it, yeah. So that being said, what percentage of your portfolio is in crypto?
I'm 100% crypto.
Whoa.
Well, when you say portfolio, in terms of my investments, I only invest in crypto. So no stocks, nothing. I'm 100% in crypto. In terms of fiat versus how much crypto I have, I actually don't know the exact number, but I'm heavy in crypto. I don't have much fiat left.
Okay. So you're really convinced that crypto's the future then?
Yeah, crypto is the future. I think it's inevitable. Digital money is inevitable. We have major institutions that are now invested into crypto. We have, BlackRock with the Bitcoin spot ETF, the Ethereum ETF. It's now become an election issue. You have to be pro-crypto in order to get elected now. President Trump, he was at the Bitcoin conference.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris is talking about resetting relations with the crypto industry. So it really is inevitable. You have nation states buying Bitcoin like El Salvador. So to me, it's an obvious win.
Right. And you stick with the main ones. You don't dabble with any weird like meme coins or anything?
No, I do. So my main bag is Bitcoin, ETH, and Solana. I trade the other meme coins because I know what I'm doing. I wouldn't advise everyone to do it, but if you have access to good information, you understand the market, you understand different launches that are going on, different projects, you know where the attention is in the space, because obviously it goes in cycles, then you can trade those markets. But mainly holding long-term Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana.
Got it. I like that. I've gotten wrecked on some of those meme ones.
Which ones did you get wrecked on?
Dude, I can't even remember. It was years ago, but all of them.
Yeah, you have to be careful. You have to understand with meme coins that they are going to zero. Like every single meme coin is going to zero. You just need information about when to get in and when to get out. And then there's a lot of money to be made. But I don't think just anyone can do that. I think you have to have access to information. You have to be plugged in, have your ear to the ground. That normie that's just sitting on Twitter trying to catch a good pump, it's just not going to happen.
You're too late, yeah. Right. Is that why you started your chat?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have a Telegram group where we talk about different coins, different meme coins, things that we know are about to get listed on different exchanges and things like that. Because ultimately, by the time a person hears about a meme coin or any kind of crypto, by the time they hear about it on social media, it's too late.
Right.
It's already pumped. The influencers already dumped on you, so the developers already dumped on you. So you do need, if you want to make money, access to that kind of information.
Did you get in on Daddy Coin?
I didn't buy Daddy Coin personally. I just didn't do it, but we knew that it was going to pump. So we did talk about it in the chat. A lot of our members in our VIP group made really good money on it. But I personally didn't. When you just feel like you're holding enough. Yeah. That's how I felt at that moment. Yeah.
Yeah, because you interviewed Tate, so you probably knew the alpha was coming.
Yeah. No, Tate's very much involved in crypto, more so than people realize. So yeah, when you have that kind of information, you can pass that information on to people around you, so everyone can make money together. But yeah, he's definitely way more into crypto than people realize. But it's funny though, because when he was blowing up, he would dump on crypto people. Like he would say, "Oh, you're a nerd, you're a dork," and all his followers would also say, oh, anyone that talks about crypto is a what did he say? DNG was it dork, nerd, geek or something? Mm-hmm. Now those very people are now getting into crypto. So it's funny.
Damn, so he was in it back then when you interviewed him 3 years ago?
Tate's been buying Bitcoin for years.
Wow.
He's a smart guy. Pretty sure he made good money on Link as well. So
that was a big come up. Link and Sol. I know people that got in Sol at like $2.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ICO or whatever.
Yeah.
You catch one of those, I mean, you're set.
100%, but that's difficult, you know.
ICOs,
and everybody thinks that the next project is going to be like the next Sol, and they want to get in really early, but it's very difficult. And I think like a lot of the time those days have passed, you know, because we now have 3 main cryptocurrencies that are actually building and doing something extremely valuable and useful and adding a lot of value to the ecosystem. So they have first mover advantage. So it's going to be very difficult for all the other projects to get that foot in the door. I'd be surprised to see what project is able to, you know, flip Sol, flip Link in what Link does, you know, flip Ethereum. I just don't think it's possible at
It'd
this
be
stage.
tough, yeah.
I think it's too late, to be honest.
For sure. Some people think Sol to 1,000.
Yeah, I think Sol to 1,000. You
Really?
know, well, it's just so easy. I think Sol could go to 1,000 because it's just that easy. People love speed, efficiency. You know, they just want to get in and out of a coin. They want low gas fees. They want it cheap. They want easy over decentralization and security. It's so easy to trade Sol. Ethereum can get really expensive, especially right now as the market's pulled back. ETH gas fees are astronomical.
Damn, I thought they fixed that with the update. Did they
Yeah,
not?
well, they didn't.
They spent, what, 5 years on that update?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's funny because everyone was saying that when the update was coming, everybody was saying, oh, don't worry about expensive gas fees. ETH 2.0 is going to fix that. And then ETH 2.0 comes and people are still complaining about the gas fees. And people are like, oh, it was never supposed to help with the gas fees. You know, that's why something like Solana, I think, could go to $1,000 just because, yeah, it's cheap. And that's what people want. And especially people who are new to crypto, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't want to be trading. You need capital to trade, right? And then you need capital for gas fees, and it just gets a bit too expensive for people. So that's why I think Sol is a great starting point for newbies.
Yeah, it's cool to see your conviction, even though it's down a lot, because a lot of people freak out right now.
I mean, I've been in the space since 2017, 2018, so I've seen it, you know, and I was here in March 2020 when the entire market crashed. That was I think if you survived March 2020 in crypto, nothing really is going to affect you. You know, I saw Bitcoin drop 50%. It went from 8K to 4K. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it was a 50% pullback. And we thought the whole world was over. The market crashed, the stock market crashed, lockdowns happened, this crazy unprecedented virus, which was supposedly killing people, you know, kicked off. So, you know, so if the crypto market can survive that, global shutdowns, then I have no concerns about fake wars and orchestrated wars and all that rubbish.
That's a whole nother topic. Michael Saylor's still buying too.
Michael Saylor's buying, yeah. BlackRock's buying. They're buying, you know, millions of dollars is flowing into Ethereum, the spot ETF. Millions is flowing into the Bitcoin ETF. So how you can be bearish right now, I have no idea. I'm bullish. I'm buying. I think I dropped like $50,000 into Ethereum yesterday.
Damn.
Maybe that was like a little too early. I dropped it at $2,900, but I don't mind. Now it's at $2,700. It's okay. I'm going to probably, after this, we're going to go buy more. It's at 26 now. So yeah, I mean, I have a long-term view, you know, and I've seen the markets recover. I think crypto is inevitable. So yeah, I'm just going all in.
Yeah. Were you at that Bitcoin conference the other day?
No, we got so wrapped up here in Miami. I literally never leave Miami. There's always something happening here.
Gideon was saying that too. There's no point. It's hard to beat this.
Yeah, well, like I don't want to. I just love it here. We got so wrapped up here. But the president spoke there.
And RFK and a few other big ones.
Yeah, I mean, it's just huge. Bitcoin, like I said, Bitcoin has become an election issue. That means it's going mainstream. That means we're going to see adoption. Donald Trump wants to create some kind of like national reserve in Bitcoin. Yeah. That is so bullish. How you can be bearish right now doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I think the next few months are going to be, not even the next few months, the next few weeks are going to be really big for crypto.
Yeah, a lot of politics going on right now. Have you voiced out who you support and everything like that?
I mean, yeah, I support Trump over Kamala Harris, right? But do I support Trump? Like, do I think Trump is this savior that's going to save the world? No, you know, I'm not convinced that he's not controlled opposition. I don't think any politician is going to save you. I think people have to focus on saving themselves. buying into things like Bitcoin, which is completely decentralized, no central authority can manipulate it. You can't inflate away anyone's money. That to me is where people should put their time, their attention, and their interest into. Donald Trump, he was the one that started the lockdowns. Donald Trump was pushing the vaccine. So things like this don't necessarily make me, in love with him as a president, but he's definitely a better option than Kamala. And especially with the whole Biden administration, how anti-crypto they've been, they basically want to push crypto out of America completely, which would put America right at the back of innovation, which obviously isn't a good idea. So yeah, I'm excited for what Trump's going to do for crypto, but I don't think he should be your savior.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, the SEC has gone after every American crypto exchange.
Yeah, all of them, which is so funny, because the SEC puts itself on a pedestal as this institution which is going to protect retail investors. We protect you, we help you. Yet so many scams have happened. They were working closely with Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX for 6 months. And that just rugged. People got wrecked. People lost their life savings. What is the SEC actually doing? The SEC fined BlockFi like $100 million, and BlockFi went bankrupt. And because they had money secured with FTX. So it was kind of like a dominoes effect, right? One goes down, they all go down. And perhaps BlockFi would actually be able to pay back customers and creditors if the SEC didn't fine them hundreds of millions, Wow. So it's like they're not doing anything. They're not protecting anyone. People are just getting wrecked left, right, and center with all of their regulations.
I got wrecked on Celsius.
You did? Well, exactly, on Celsius as well. People got completely wrecked on Celsius. So it's like, what are you doing? You're just fining people, but you're not protecting people.
They went after CZ.
Yeah, CZ's still in jail. I think
he?
Yeah, I think he's doing 4 months.
That one to me was crazy because he doesn't even live here, and they still got him.
Yeah.
Like that just shows how much power they have, I guess.
Yeah, I think CZ's great. I'm so pro CZ, There's always like those jokes on Twitter where it's like, CZ ran so the rest of us could walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he created this huge casino for all of us, which is what crypto really is now, right? It's like this huge casino for all of us to trade, make money. And it's a lot of fun. And he created all of that for us. So yeah, CZ ran so the rest of us could walk.
Shout out to CZ, man. If you're watching this, love to have you on the pod. What's it like being a female in the crypto space?
It's cool, I think it's like a double-edged sword. So being a female in crypto is definitely a double-edged sword. The first thing is it's an advantage because you're different. It's mainly male dominated. So naturally men are going to listen to you and you're going to catch their attention a lot more, right? But at the same time, if you try and say something intellectual, intelligent, if you try and like do something different or entrepreneurial, they will laugh at you, because a lot of the time they put you in a box of like, oh, you're just a pretty woman. Like that's your job in the space. You just be pretty and you just talk about Bitcoin, okay? Right. That's all you're allowed to do. But as soon as like I want to do something different, like for example, I remember I dropped the word alpha and everyone was like laughing. I was like, what? Layah's not allowed to say alpha? Like I have access to a lot of alpha. Either you want the alpha or you don't want the alpha, but I'm not allowed to say that. But I don't mind, it's good fun. And at the end of the day, it still gives you a competitive advantage. And I think that's what that matters in business, competitive advantage.
For sure. You got to be one of the biggest females in the space.
Do you think?
I don't know many others. Do you?
No.
I can't even.
I don't know.
No, I literally can't think of anyone else.
That's interesting. And that never really occurred to me.
Yeah, I literally can't think of anyone else. No LGBTQs in the space?
No, we do have some LGBTQs.
Oh,
yeah. But it's funny because that's obviously it goes against like a lot of what crypto is, right? Because crypto is very much like fend for yourself, no victimhood mentality, make your own money, like, F the system and all of that. Yet there is also like a sector of crypto which is kind of woke. And it's a weird clash when it comes together. Because there are people who are like, Bitcoin for women, more women in Bitcoin, and it's like, gay people for Web3, and it's like it's just not the taste.
Yeah.
There's not really a taste for it. Most people in crypto are very libertarian. Not that it doesn't mean they can't be LGBT, but they just don't go hand in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Crypto, I think are like nerdy kids, introverts.
Right?
Not as social.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the opposite.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think the point is that LGBT is very much pushed by the establishment and crypto is anti-establishment. So people in crypto can smell that far away.
Right.
So when people start talking about like, we need more women in crypto, people are just like, ew, like that's just not, like we're not interested in that. We're interested in, we need more value in crypto. We need more adoption. If there's, if one of the biggest issues I feel we have in crypto is user experience. So, if a woman can come in and fix that problem, then great. Cool, but we don't need more women in crypto. We just need more intelligent people that are going to help bring about mass adoption and eventually pump our bags.
Yeah, user experience is pretty tough.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it?
It's really bad on the decentralized platforms.
It's really bad. And we have a Telegram chat where we post a lot of information, different coins and things like that. And the biggest issue that we find new people have is navigating Uniswap, navigating the different exchanges. And that's how we have to help people. That's the area, where we coach people, we do tutorials, we have a course about that. So that is the biggest issue to mass adoption. But I think that we'll get to a point with the economy where it's just such a mess and inflation is just so astronomical that people don't really have a choice and they'll be forced to learn, and I think that's how adoption will happen. People will be desperate for an alternative solution.
Yeah. Was crypto big in the UK where you lived at earlier?
In the UK, we do have a crypto community, but it's not as big as it is in the US. It's fascinating. In the US, everyone knows crypto. Everyone's heard about it. I think a lot of young people are more excited by it. America always seems to be at the center of innovation. The UK is just so behind. I used to try and tell my friends about crypto and tell them, oh yeah, like look at this platform. You can get like X% on your money every week. It's wild. Obviously those were in the super early days. So those kind of like percentage gains aren't really available anymore, but they just weren't interested, And that was one of the main reasons why I came to the States, because I wanted to be around more like-minded people and talk about crypto, people who want to make money. And you have that more in the US, for sure.
Yeah, those percentages earlier on. I was in Cake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It was like 100% a year, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Even, nuts.
What was the one that rocked? Luna.
Oh, Luna. I was in that. I got wrecked on that.
What was it called? What's it
coin?
Called? No, the program, the staking program where people were earning like 20% a week.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, Anchor Protocol. Yeah, Anchor Protocol. Yeah, that was like 20%.
Nuts.
Absolutely crazy.
And that was stablecoin too.
Yeah, exactly. An algorithmic stablecoin. That was crazy. But that rugged as well. So
that was like the first big rug, I feel like.
Was that the first big rug?
Wasn't it? Wasn't that like Do Kwon?
Yeah. I don't know if it was the first big rug, but yeah, that's what brought down. That was the beginning of the bear market.
Yeah.
That's what just made the entire thing just sink.
Yeah. Are we still in a bear right now, you think?
No, we've been in a bull market for a long time. We've been in a bull market since, where are we now? 2024. Probably been in a bull market since like early 2023.
Really?
Yeah, because that's when everything started pumping. Actually, I would say we've been in a bull market since the end of 2022 when those 4 major US banks collapsed and Bitcoin rallied. It went from like 19,000 all the way up to around $25,000. That's when the bull run started.
Damn.
We've been in a bull run for like a year and a half now.
Holy crap.
Right. Because what is a bull run? Price go up. We're nearly at all-time highs, which is why I don't know why everyone's panicking. Only the other day, we were at $70,000. I think what's happened is we got the Bitcoin spot ETF really early in the cycle. We got it before the halving. Never before have we seen Bitcoin break all-time highs before a halving. And so that put us way further ahead of where we should have been. It created a lot of euphoria, a lot of hype. Everybody got very excited and everybody thought that's it, we're going up from here. But we weren't, because the market just wasn't ready for it. And I think that's kind of really messed with people's heads.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we're still on track doing the same thing that we've always done. We have the halving. And like I said, we then have 5 months of sideways actions, crashes, a lot of resistance, and then we go up. That's what happened. We had the halving in May 2020, and then we didn't break all-time highs until Q4 of 2020, around Halloween. It was October 2020. That's when we broke all-time highs. So that's what I'm expecting for this cycle as well. Very similar. We had the halving again in May 2024, and I think we'll go on to break all-time highs at the end of this year.
Wow. So hold on tight, guys.
Right. People should be buying, And I always say that you have to look at the charts. Like, you have to look at history. History is the best indicator of what's going to happen next. no, it's not necessarily going to be exactly the same, but it's what we have to go by. And it's done the same thing every single cycle. We have this 5 months of uncertainty, a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty and doubt. And then we go on to break all-time highs.
Right.
So I don't think any kind of war, potential World War III is gonna stop that.
Do you do a lot of technical analysis?
I don't really do TA. I prefer to look at the macro. So I'll look at like what's going on geopolitically, because obviously wars do affect the price, right? But ultimately, and what we've seen in history is people tend to run to Bitcoin as that safe haven. So yeah, although we're waiting for Iran to strike back at Israel, there's riots going on in the UK, it's the election year, everything's sort of up in the air right now. We still have a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. I don't think that that's going to affect it. In the short term, it might. But again, like I said, people will run to Bitcoin as that safe haven. Yeah. We saw that's exactly what happened when, Russia invaded Ukraine. The exact same thing happened. The market started pumping. Yeah, wow. Bitcoin started pumping. Always happens. There were riots in Hong Kong. Bitcoin started pumping all the time, because you have to understand, where are people going to put their money? They don't want to leave it in a bank, because banks shut down, banks go bankrupt. There are bank runs. We see people out in Lebanon, for example, standing outside their bank trying to get their money out, but there's no money there, right? We see it happen in Turkey. You don't want that for yourself. And also, what if you want to flee your country? What if you want to run, leave a war zone? A lot of people were taking their Bitcoin when they left Ukraine. They were going other places to avoid the war and everything that was going on. They left with their Bitcoin. So people take their Bitcoin wherever they go.
Did you have someone that taught you all this, or you kind of just learned on your own?
So I used to work as a journalist in Malta covering crypto. Yeah, I was covering crypto. So it was really great, because I got to do what you were doing, which is ask all the questions. So I got to speak to a lot of different experts and just take all their knowledge, just absorb everything. And then you spend enough time online reading and also experiencing for yourself. I think my biggest orange pill moment was because then I really understood. If governments can stop you from leaving your home, if governments can force you to take a vaccine that you don't want to take, if they can stop you from seeing family, if they can inflate away your money quite literally, then, they have complete control over you. The only thing that they can't do is take away your Bitcoin. And that to me was really like an eye-opening moment. Then I realized it was like an aha moment.
Wow, that's cool. And then you started interviewing some of the most notable people in the world and got their opinion, and it's probably similar to what you learned.
Right, I interviewed CZ. That was great. I interviewed Alex Mashinsky, who, is he on the run or is he in jail? I think he's on the run.
That's the Celsius guy, right? Yeah. You interviewed him?
Yes,
did you get any weird vibes?
Yeah, I did.
Really?
Yeah, no one liked Mashinsky.
Wow.
You speak to anyone in the crypto space, no one liked Mashinsky. I'll tell you a story. I was at the Bitcoin conference a couple years ago, and he asked me for an interview. So I was like, okay. And then his guy came to get me, and he walked me from one side of the conference to the complete other side of the conference. I don't know what happened, but I got there and he was just like, nah.
What?
It was I was like, what do you mean? You just got your guy to walk me 10 minutes and I'm in heels. He's just a weird guy. Nobody got good vibes.
Damn.
Yeah, and BlockFi and Celsius were competitors. And everybody preferred BlockFi over Celsius purely because of Mashinsky. Nobody liked him.
Wow. How was CZ?
So nice.
I bet.
See, everyone loves CZ. He's such a great guy. He bought my book, Undressing Bitcoin.
Damn.
Yeah, he bought it and then he read it and then he posted it on Twitter. So he's a really great guy. He's like a man of the people, He wants to lift people up. I actually had lunch with him in London. He's a really great guy. I think he's amazing. And I think it's a shame that he's in jail.
I hope he comes back.
Yeah, he will, but I think he'll just do something completely different. But CZ is the face of crypto, he has to come back. Yeah.
Him and SBF were the faces.
I wouldn't say SBF is the face of crypto, because he was so new into the space. Not new into the space, but he was so new as a name. He was in one day and out the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they hyped him up.
Yeah, he was which is also a huge red flag. I never had any money on FTX. They all hyped him up. It was so weird.
It was odd, yeah. The PR campaign.
He was propped up by the establishment. And the reason I think that SBF was propped up by the establishment is because they were working really closely with regulators. And the government, in my opinion, wanted to have FTX as like the crypto arm of the establishment, you know, basically making sure all crypto in the United States goes through FTX so that they have an eye on everything. They can control everything. They can regulate everything.
Right.
But it didn't quite work out that way. And I think the biggest question mark that I have is, how do you work that closely with regulators for 6 months? And, you know, the SEC, Gary Gensler, doesn't realize that FTX is just a black hole.
Yeah, that was super odd.
Yeah.
Something went on there.
Oh, yeah. They knew it. In my opinion, they knew about it. So
I'm sure they did. Did you ever interview him, SBF?
No, I didn't. He was really difficult to get hold of. Like, he was really difficult to get in touch with, which also makes him a bit of a red flag. So let's take CZ, for example. I can text CZ. I can DM CZ. He's so accessible to me, right? Because he makes himself accessible, because he actually wants to help and add value to the space and create a community, right? SBF is so inaccessible. Like, you have to be the establishment. You have to be like, you know, mainstream media in order to interview SBF.
Yeah, that's a huge red flag.
It really is, you know, and it's the same with Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk is accessible. Yeah. I can DM Elon Musk and he'll respond.
He'll hop on a Twitter space.
He'll get on a Twitter space. Like, you know, since we're praising Elon, I feel like we should use X, you know? You're gonna hop on an X space and, you know, he'll answer your questions. He's a man of the people. When somebody becomes inaccessible, that is a huge red flag. And that tells me that, number one, you have something to hide. And number two, you are not someone of the people.
Absolutely. You also interviewed the faces of the red pill movement. Did that change your opinion on dating and lifestyle at all?
I think that I definitely enjoyed interviewing people in the red pill movement. I definitely think it opened my mind to like the male perspective. But what I will say is, a lot of them have a very warped view of reality. You know, what you write down on paper can be what you write down on paper, but what happens in reality and in real life is completely different. You know, they talk about how like men prefer younger women and all this stuff. Like, I just see the opposite in reality.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like, take Logan Paul, for example. Like, he married a 30-year-old woman.
Oh, I didn't know she was older. Okay.
Yeah, that's also why everyone was dumping on them, because he married like a woman who was apparently damaged goods or whatever. So my point is, I just keep seeing the opposite happen in reality. So it was enjoyable and interesting, but that's just not how the real world works. You can't help who you fall in love with. You can't help who you connect with, and that's what I've been seeing. So it was interesting, but that's all it is. You have to take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah. Was that more of a debate, or did you just interview them?
No, I mean, do you know what? I'm not going to argue with them, because I think that isn't very good optics for me. Like, for me, if I'm sitting there arguing with a man, it's just going to prove their point, you know? Like, oh, we don't like women who do podcasts. And,
that's the whole format of the show.
Right. So I'm not going to argue. It's just more interesting to listen and to hear. I wouldn't argue. Like, well, I would ask questions, you know? But I don't see the point in arguing. It just adds fuel to it.
I think it's gotten a bit extreme.
Yeah, I mean, the red pill movement say what they say in order to get more views and to get clicks and to you know, offend people. Yeah. And a lot of the time, you know, we talk about toxic masculinity or like how men aren't allowed to express themselves, men aren't allowed to be men. It's created a community of a lot of weak, fragile men who desperately need some kind of savior, and that's what the red pill movement became. And it basically became the exact same thing as feminism. Toxic feminism. Yeah,
it was like the counter to it.
Right. It became women hating. And in reality, like, most good men that I meet, they don't really care, you know?
About age or?
No, I mean, about many different things. Like, for example, the red pill movement says, like, I'll never get married because I have a podcast. I might have taken that for like a split second to heart, right? And then like I meet men and they're like, wow, I love that you have a podcast. Wow, that means that you're intelligent. That means that you're hardworking. Wow, you're going to have something really useful to teach my children.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, oh, wow, so you do like smart women. Yeah, Layah, of course I like smart women. Like, I wouldn't want to like hang around someone, you know, if I'm going to spend the rest of my life with someone, I want her to be like dumb. And what am I going to talk to her about? What's she going to teach my kids when I'm not around? You know, so it was really interesting to hear what these red pill guys had to say on the podcast, and then go into the real world and see how life actually plays out. And it's not quite as they said it.
Yeah, I think they have, well, they're 1% men, so maybe it could be slightly different.
Well, that's a funny comment, because there's So I won't name names, but I'm just not going to name names. There's a guy, you know, who's really into the whole red pill movement, and he'll basically call any man like, oh, you're high value, like just because you're a man, you know, like, oh, you have a podcast, you're high value, like, oh, you're a 1% man because you have a podcast. It's like, bro, like that man that you're calling like high value is in his 40s, he's overweight, and he's still not married. He can't be that high value. You know?
You got to factor in everything, not just money.
Yeah.
Because you can make $1 million a year, but if you're fat and like you have no personality.
Yeah, and do you know what? Like, we're here in Miami. Do you know how many men make millions here?
Common, right?
Right. Like, oh, cool, you make millions. Well, like, I also make money. So, like, your money doesn't impress me. What else have you got? You know?
Yeah, for someone like you, that must be tricky, actually, because you make money.
Right.
So it's not just about money for you.
No, not at all. Like, money's great, you know, because for me, I want somebody that can I'm not going to downgrade my lifestyle, right? So we have to like at least maintain or increase my lifestyle. But money isn't everything, you know. I'm far more interested in like a man's character. You know, like you can have millions, but if you're weak and I'm braver than you, I have more discipline than you, I'm smarter than you, I don't care how much money you have. Yeah. It's about character at the end of the day.
I heard dating's tough in the Western. I've been in the same relationship for 7 years, so I never had to deal with this, but I heard it's rough.
I mean, is dating rough? Do you know what? I think that you get what you put in. So if you're going to be in the clubs, acting degenerate, not bringing anything to the table, then I think that you're going to receive the same thing back. But if you set the intention, you know, and you're a good person, you have good morals, good values, you've got your life in order, you're going to attract the exact same thing. And actually, I think dating's great in Miami.
Really?
Yeah, because it attracts a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of high earners, a lot of disciplined people. I always say, when you come to Miami, you either do one of three things. Well, two of three things. Either you party and you get addicted to drugs, or you get really fit and you get really rich. That's all that happens in Miami. Either you build a business and get really rich, you get really fit, or you get addicted to drugs, right? So pick. Either you go in the club and then you'll meet somebody who's also as degenerate as you, or you'll get really fit, get really rich, hang around with those types of people, and you'll find the same type of person. Miami attracts the best of the best, in my opinion.
There's a lot of solid people out here.
Say that again.
There's a lot of solid people here. Like, it wasn't hard finding podcasts out here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people here who are very driven, who are very intelligent, very smart, want to be healthy, live a good lifestyle, and I think that's great. I think that a lot of those types of people are coming to Miami. So if you want to find a good partner, I believe Miami's the place. I know it's controversial because everybody thinks like it's so degenerate, but like I keep saying, you get what you put in. If you're degenerate, you attract degeneracy. Yeah. If you're acting good and you're, doing the right things, you'll attract the same thing.
I like that, yeah. But you see the comments, it's like, you're a 304 girl. You know what I mean? Have you been called that before?
Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't really do anything to be called a 304. Yeah. So I don't really get. Yeah. I mean, if I was like, dressed badly and like dancing terribly, and doing something gross or whatever, then maybe. But like, I'm not. Like, I'm having intelligent conversations. Getting healthy, working out, doing business. So I think if anyone were to call me a 304, it's more of a reflection on themselves than me.
I feel that. Let's end off with making money online. You interviewed Luke Belmar.
Yeah.
He's like the king of that. What have you done to find ways to make money online other than crypto?
I would say learn a skill. If you don't have any capital to put down right now to, invest into anything, I would say learn a skill and start monetizing that. Right now we live in this media world where every single business is basically a media company. Whatever you do, you could be a dentist and you need to create content. You could be any type of businessman and you need to create content. Everyone's creating content. So I would say learn the skill of editing. Learn how to film, learn how to do graphics, learn how to do like overlays, like whatever it is, learn a skill and start selling that skill. You could charge $2K a month, right? And get 5 clients, that's $10K. It's so easy to make money online right now. You just need to look at what do people need? People need copywriters, right? Like I could use a copywriter. I'd pay someone $2K a month to just do all my copywriting.
Hit her up, guys.
Hit me up, exactly. You have to look at what are entrepreneurs doing. They're sending out newsletters. Okay, maybe I could write your newsletter. They're putting out content. Maybe I could edit your content. What about setters? You know, people are always doing business in the DMs right now. Maybe we need setters. So you have to understand, what do entrepreneurs need? Learn that skill and DM them.
Absolutely.
And when you DM them, don't write something long.
Hell no.
Don't write something long. You have to write something short, sweet, and concise, and show your work. You know, people are busy. People want quick. Show them your work. Give them examples. If they like you, they'll hit you up. Give them work for free. That's also a really good one, you know? Like, we had somebody create a free ebook for us, and it was actually really great. And as a result, we ended up paying him for further work. So contact these entrepreneurs and learn a skill and offer it for free. And if they like it, they'll hit you up and start paying you.
I hate when it's that long ass paragraph. They copy and paste it.
Yeah, and don't beg. Never, ever be a beggar. Don't write, oh, I really need this job, please. Do not make your DM me. Have to consider, what can I do for you? What value can I bring to your life and your business? And that is how you can start making money. You can easily make 10K a month online from anywhere in the world.
I pay 10K a month right now for clips.
Well, there you go. Exactly, because every single company is a media company. Whatever it is, like I said, you could be a dentist and you become a media company. People need content, and we need thumbnails, we need editors, we need videographers, we need photographers. You don't even need to be that good. None of us are professionals out here, you know? We're all just like young kids just trying to put something out there, right?
The kid I use just graduated college. Like,
exactly. It doesn't matter how old you are. You just got to learn a skill and get good at it and sell it.
Yeah, don't use age as an excuse. Did you go to college?
I did. Yeah, I studied journalism.
Oh, wow. Well, you actually used it, so.
I did. Yeah, I mean, I worked at the BBC for a bit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did you tell Tate that?
I think he knows that. Yeah,
he's not a fan of the BBC.
Well, it was before Tate days. It was like in 2016, 2017.
Before they got compromised?
No, they've been compromised for a while.
Oh, they have been?
Oh, yeah, it's the BBC. Yeah. I worked for China's global TV network for a bit.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn, so you witnessed all this like behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah, it's all contrived. It's all manipulated. So I witnessed all of it.
So you were kind of told what to say, or how did it work?
Yeah, so I lived in Paris, and I was a journalist for China's global TV network, and we were covering a story about Huawei, the phone, and they were just banned in America. So I wanted to ask them, like, why were you banned in America? Do you have any fears that you could be banned in Europe and France? And I was told I wasn't allowed to ask that question.
What?
And I had all these Chinese people just staring at me as I interviewed somebody high up at Huawei.
Holy crap.
And I was told that it had to be a fluff piece. But if it was real journalism, it would have been, why were you banned in America? You know, will you be banned in Europe? What are you doing? You know, and asking the real questions, but I wasn't allowed to ask that. I was told specifically that it had to be a fluff piece.
That's terrible. There's very few real journalists now that I respect.
Well, I don't respect any, because all journalists are political activists. Even the ones, you know, on the right, even the alternative media. You know, like Tucker Carlson, I really like Tucker Carlson, but he is a political activist at the end of the day. So you have to hear what everyone has to say and then form your own opinion as a result. Or just don't watch any of it and focus on making money and making your life better. Because ultimately, whoever the president is, whatever they say on the media, whatever war is going on in the world, is not going to change your life. Only you can change your life by, you know, how much money you make and how you set yourself up.
I will agree with that, because Tucker, ever since he got fired, has shown his true side now. Like, I feel like he was holding back when he was signed
for sure. To
Fox or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's definitely true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm like surprised by anything, but he is a political activist at the end of the day. So yeah, you do have to take everything that he says in the spirit that it's meant. Yeah.
So now that X has brought back free speech with Elon, do you see it getting a little intense on there?
Well, I'm so pro free speech, but what I have noticed is every time I log into X right now, it's just a lot of on Jews and black people is what I've noticed. Everyone's hating on Jews and black people. Like, if you want to go viral right now, you have to blame the Jews for something and say something degenerate about black people. That is how you go viral right now.
Damn. What are they saying exactly?
So they're blaming the Jews for absolutely everything. So you know the Hawk Tour girl, Haley Welch, right? So she went crazy viral. She's making a lot of money right now. And guess what? Turns out she's Jewish. So everyone's having like a field day with that and saying that she's some kind of industry plant. And then it goes further than that, because she's also Ashkenazi Jewish, which means she's from European descent. So now people are saying, oh, because she's, you know, blonde hair and blue eyes, she doesn't look Palestinian, and they're going down the whole, oh, you stole their land. And it's just like a field day of hating on Jews right now. That's how you go viral. So, you know, you asked me earlier, how do you make money online? just hate on Jews and like that's it. You're gonna kill it.
Dang, I wonder if that Bobby Althoff girl is Jewish, huh?
She probably might be Jewish. Actually, should we check if
We
Bobby's
might have to
Jewish?
check that live.
I'm gonna check that right now.
Holy crap.
Bobby, what's her last name?
A-L-T. I
Althoff.
think it's H-O-F-F.
Oh, let's have a look.
Let's find
I
out.
wonder if she's Jewish. Oh, here we go. The Rap Music Plug podcast on X is of Jewish descent. Yep, she's
No
apparently
way.
she's of Jewish descent. Here we go. Bobby Althoff reveals how she got Drake to interview. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, apparently she's of Jewish descent. That's what I'm reading.
Wow.
So there you go.
Well, there you
People
go,
could have
guys.
a field day with that one as well, you know?
Yeah.
But it's crazy because like I logged on to X the other day and somebody had written, you know, I've never met a broke Jewish person. And I just had to unfollow them because I was just like, just go to the UK. You know, there's so many broke Jewish people there. But yeah, that's how you go viral.
Yeah, because
Hating on
as
Jews and black
Americans,
people.
we just witnessed the wealthy Jewish people, right?
Right. Although like the Jews control the world, that narrative is very much American centric. If you just go to the UK or go to England, Jews aren't as big a part of the population. You know, we're not so integrated into the media and everything that you see in America. You know, there are a lot of broke Jewish people. So all this Jews control the world narrative is very American centric. And it's definitely not true for like the rest of the world. But yeah, if you want to go viral, you just hate on Jews.
Yeah.
That's
so
it.
when you interviewed Jake Shields, was he on this wave yet?
No, Jake was not on this wave yet. But Jake is having a field day with Haley Welch. So
Yeah.
as long as Jake's enjoying himself, I'm happy for him.
I'll have to see a part 2 of you guys together.
Yeah, we'll have to do it.
All right. Layah, where can people find you, join your group, and learn more about you?
Yeah, so you can join our Telegram. Just make sure you at EE Crypto Trade. We have a lot of fake accounts and scammers, so please be careful. It's at EE Crypto Trade on Telegram. And then I'm on Twitter or X, Instagram, YouTube, and it's just my name at Layah Heilpern.
Perfect. We'll link below. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks so much for having me. It was
Yep.
great.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.